That is one of the things. You guys haven't had me an instructor, but I think, praise God, I think I've missed in 11 years of instructing 1, 2, 3, 4 classes in 11 years.
Oh, well, that's good.
So when I'm not here, there is always a really good reason, or I'm on vacation, like, and I never vacation. So like once a year. So I'm glad to be back. I miss you guys a lot. Andrea, oh good, everybody's here. The gang, I feel like the gang's all here. Good. I missed you guys last week. I missed doing this. All right, I'm gonna put us all on mute sooner than later. You'll it's Mobility Monday, so we will need our chair. We're gonna go through all the joint muscles. We're gonna start from head to toe pretty much.
We will have more on that in a few minutes. In the meantime,
I am gonna mute everybody and do my we're just gonna see here. And I will be right back. I'm gonna get some water. Meet me on the chair, and then if you can grab your yoga strap, foam roller if you have one, your yoga strap, yoga block, our typical stuff, a towel if you had it. Oh, here comes somebody. Hi, welcome to Mobility Monday. If you're just joining us, we're gonna get started in a couple of minutes. If you can grab, make sure you have a chair close. If you want the mat, we will be on the mat for a little bit. Also, if you have a foam roller, yoga block, a yoga strap, or a beach towel. My name is Anna Marie. For anybody who's new, Laurel, I see a new name, so welcome. Here comes Donna. It's exciting. I like everybody coming to class. Hi, Donna. Welcome everybody to class. Right, I will be right back into some water. All right, welcome to class, everybody. Making sure everybody gets in. We just are having a couple people join in, so I want to make sure. Get everybody connected with their audio. Thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Awesome. I like the thumbs up in the middle. This is great. How are you? All right, it's 12 and I think we are good to go. Nobody else is in the waiting room. Let's make sure. We are recording. We're all set. Okay, guys, welcome to Mobility Monday. My name is Anna Marie. For those of you that I've never met, welcome to Zoom and FitRec Live. So we are going to start on our chair. We're going to go from head to toe today, stretching out all of our joints, kind of working all kinds of mobility. Do a couple moves standing, a couple moves on the floor, and just have a really good workout, actually. Do a couple of workout moves too, you'll see. Get a little bit of sweat, don't be surprised from this. All right, join me please on a chair. Have a seat. You guys should be able to all see me. Okay. To make sure, can you see my thumbs up real big if you can see my head and my feet? Awesome. Okay. All right. So we're going to come to sitting position. I want everybody just to rest their feet gently on the floor if possible, please. Sit towards the edge of the chair if you need to, kind of comfortably have your sit bones, shoulders back and down. We're gonna start with our head at the neck. Just kind of like lay your hands on your hand, right on your thighs. Let those toes separate. Think about taking all your toes down into the mat, melt them into the mat. Shoulders come back and down. We're gonna close our eyes for a second, just nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale. Give me 2 more just like that to start. Nice inhale through the nose. Out through the mouth. We have 1 last time. Inhale in. And exhale. All right, do me a favor. We're gonna start to take our neck and we're gonna look towards the left. Follow me, you can mirror me. And on the exhale, come to center. Take a nice inhale in. Towards the other side. Hold, and on the exhale, come to the center. Start to look towards the other way. We hold a lot of tension in our neck. We're gonna let that go, release. 1 more time to each side. And release to the center. Once you make sure our shoulders and ears are not friends, what that means is make sure you have your shoulders back and down, away from your ears. Try to avoid doing this with our shoulders, okay? So really reset yourself. You can, please take your hands towards the side of the chair. If you can hold on to something, very gentle grip. We're this time, take and extend this arm out and now look towards the side. You're gonna feel a bigger stretch to the neck. Hold, just hold here. Brace the core, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in and out as you look towards the side. Please elevate this hand just a little bit, just for that little extra tension. If it's too much, you can always set that back down. Otherwise, keep the thumb towards the ceiling. 1 more big inhale, and on the exhale, release to the center. Let's take the other arm up towards the side. We look to the other side. Thumb towards the ceiling. Inhale in, and we're going to stay here for 30 seconds. You lift a little higher and turn. You're going to feel a little bit more stretch through that neck. Don't forget to breathe. You see, if you guys don't look at me, but I can just tell you what my toes are doing, they're clenching. So what I want you to do is make sure those toes stay flat on the ground. 5 more seconds here. Release all the tension through the body. And release to the center. Fantastic. All right, bring these arms up, please, in front of you. Just right into the front. We're gonna just wiggle these fingers a little bit for some wrist mobility. We're gonna start to do some circles to the outside. And now let's switch directions, whatever direction you're in. Try to move those wrists. Now we're gonna try to tick-tock them. So kind of like a tick-tock clock. Or a windshield wiper. For 3 more, 2, and 1. Bring those arms back down to the side. This time we're gonna sit a little bit closer towards the edge, make sure our feet are flat on the ground. We're gonna twist again, but this time, gently, we're gonna bring our hand over, right at the thigh, grab a hold. If you can, the bottom of the chair, a nice slight twist in the chair. I'm gonna overlook that shoulder, a nice gentle twist. Inhale in, and exhale. You guys are gonna wanna stay looking over that shoulder. If you want to bring this arm up and extend a little bit, you can. That's up to you. Make sure when you extend that arm that you're paying attention to your body, your day. One more inhale in, and on the exhale, return to center. We're gonna go to the other side. Take this arm towards right above the knee joint. Don't grab on that knee joint, okay? Take towards the side and twist. Opening the chest and heart to the sky. Looking over that shoulder. You guys continue to look over that shoulder. Release the tension in that feet. Make sure those feet are kind of hanging out. If you want, you can resist a little bit with bringing that arm up a little bit more. A nice deep inhale in. Stay here. And then this next inhale. On the exhale, we're going to return to center. Fantastic job. All right, let's take these feet. Let's work them a little bit. Can you bring your toes up? Okay, bring those heels off and the toes up. Opening all those toes up. And we're going to take a toe out. We are going to point and flex, and point and flex, and point and flex, point, flex. This plantar and dorsiflexion are everything. Our feet are our gateway to our health, and you will be surprised how much, when you get your ankle mobility is on, how much better the entire body feels. Now, we can also set it down on the ground if you want, and you can also kind of do stuff on the ground if it's too much to hold your thigh in the air. I like to integrate both my quad and my butt at the same time while I'm doing this, because I'm kind of doing like a leg lift while sitting. So I've really got to squeeze my core, I've got to squeeze my thigh, and I've got to squeeze my butt to keep my leg up. We've got two more. And now we're going to switch. Brace that core. Try to not press through these hands too hard. It's a nice gentle grab onto this chair. We're going to point and flex. Remember about bracing that core. If you want to open the toes, you can when you bring it up, like open the toes and then point the toes. Wonderful. This should feel good. All that time, all this self-care, little things like this are so important. It's all in the details, right? One more on all the way up. And let's set our feet down. Sit back a little bit if you need to on the chair. We're going to gently take this leg. If you can, you either can come to this position. If possible, bring it all the way up. Wherever that is for you today, if your leg's all the way up here, that's totally cool. The more you can open it up, if sitting towards the end of the chair is easier and allows you to grab through. What we're going to do is a little hip opener. So we're just going to set this on here. You're kind of making almost like the number 4 with your leg. Keep this foot active. And we are just going to sit here for a second and open up this hip joint. Shoulders are back and down. We're sitting on our sits bone. Now, I like to integrate 2 things at one time on purpose, so you don't think about this, right? So what I'd like to do is kind of just do a little bit of a foot massage while you have your foot up. Kind of take each toe, gently move around our toes. You can move towards the middle of the foot if you want, and or you can also come to a little bit of what we could do in like foam rolling class, where you start to move towards the back of the calf with your thumbs. You can dig in with your thumbs a little bit, or your fingertips. Watch as this hip kind of wants to start to come up. Make sure you readjust yourself. So your hip stretch, we're going to stay here for a good 90 seconds on purpose. Might seem like I'm just talking, which is not surprising, but we have about another 15 seconds. Don't forget to breathe. And now what if I told you when we take this foot off, we're going to gently grab, we're going to set it down. But what we're going to do is we're going to start lifting and lowering and lifting and lowering. Starting to get the joint warmed nice and loose. The gentle touch down, gentle lift up. Bracing the core will assist you so you don't take over with those hip flexors. They like to take over. Don't let them take over. 2 more. Fantastic job. All right, we're gonna take and switch sides. You can point and flex that for a second if you need to, or shake it out, bring it in and out if you need to. We'll do that in a second, but kind of rearrange yourself, bringing this leg up. Again, if all we have is here, don't worry about that. Just bring it to an open as much as you can. There's no like trophy, right? For however high we get our foot, it's up to you, it's your day. We're gonna go right into that foot massage. If you can't, with your thumbs, all this underneath in this arch, okay? And right at the heel, if you take the fingertips and start to dig in, kind of breaks up all that fascia with the plantar fasciitis, and where our heels can start to hurt, or back here, lower part of the calf. Achilles tendon, right? Your hands are an amazing tool for self-care. Instead of even using a foam roller or like massage concept, you guys can do that to yourself. Break up that fascia. It gets very, 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 the connective tissue gets very tight. You have to release it. Creates for better blood circulation. Remember, when those hip flexors want to take over, this wants to come up, so you want to make sure you're readjusting yourself. Unclench those toes, unclench your jaw. Another 15 seconds. Slow pace cast on purpose, creating mobility for ourselves, right? What allows us to move better? Slowly grab hold. We're going to lift this leg down, and we are just going to lift and lower this leg. We take for granted little movements in life sometimes. I know I do. Maybe you don't, but I know I do. Lifting and lowering our leg is such an awesome thing. You take it out a little bit if you want, or in towards the center a little bit. That's up to you. We have 5 more. And slowly lower. Fantastic. All right. Now, we're going to do this again. If you can, lift both your feet, sitting back towards the chair. If that bothers you, do one at a time. It's no big deal. You do not have to. But if you can, lift both your feet, just sit in the chair. All we're going to do is some knee. So we're going to bend all the way into a point, and I want you to try to flex all the way out. And then I want you to try to bend and flex, and bend and flex. So your toes, if you see my, like my point toe, if I was like a ballerina, right? And then I'm bringing it up. Bracing the core. Core can kind of start to get warm in this movement. If this bothers your knee, you can stay with the hip stretch. Let's just stand and do knee lifts one at a time, or one leg at a time. We have 2 more total, 1 and 2. All right, I want us to slowly rise up, slowly rise ourselves up. We're going to stay on this chair, so let me just move back. I don't know, this keeps falling. Move that out of the way. Can you see me? You can see me, right? I think you can. I'm going to move this up a little bit because we're going to do some squats. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this chair, okay, as our tool. We're going to sit ourselves down, but barely sit down, and then we're going to sit ourselves right back up. So we're going to touch the chair barely, and then we're going to come back up. We're going to do some squats. We're going to come down, and then we're going to come back up. Sit the butt back down, and then rise up. If you can leave your hands in the sky, fantastic. If you can't, that's okay too. You can also take your feet a little bit wider if that kind of squat is better for you. The chest stays lifted. We're gonna do a total. We have 7 more. 7. You can be at your own pace. This is not a race. We have 4 more. Brace that core. Follow through all the way through those hips. And last one, and raise. Fantastic. Grab the chair. We're going to turn it a little bit to the side now, facing this way. And we're going to go back to a little bit of ankle mobility. We can see me, right? We can see my toes and my feet. So I want you to lift all the way up. We're going to hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back down and release, bringing your toes off the ground for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Lift those toes. 3, 2, wiggle them. 1, go back up, all the way up. If this bothers any part of you, you do not have to do it. Kind of be gentle on the knees, don't lock them out, and then come roll back to the set of 3. Try to wiggle those toes while you're back on your heels. You can also kind of pat them down one at a time if you need to. And then roll back up. Wonderful. 3, 2, and then release one last time. Slight knee bend, like a micro knee bend, so we don't lock out our joints. And release. Wonderful. All right, move this chair a little bit closer. And I want us to walk back. Make almost like the number 7. Feet are under hips. We're gonna let ourselves kind of fall gently. Just have your hands towards the top of the chair and allow yourself to fall a little bit towards the chair through your shoulders. But listen, if this bothers your shoulders, you don't have to go so far down. Slight micro bend in the knee. Stretching out upper body for 3, 2. Slowly walk your feet in. Slowly rise yourself back up. Take a nice deep breath in. We're going to do that again. So walk yourself back out. Slight micro bend in the knee. Feet are under hips. Each time you do this, you should be able to go a little bit further. Protect yourself by bracing your core and not allowing yourself to fall through, right? We want to gently just kind of set ourselves through. Our arms, 3, 2, 1. We're going to slowly rise ourselves up and walk ourselves towards the chair. Take a nice deep breath in. And release. We have one last time. We're going to walk ourselves out. You know your limit. Get yourself to your limit, okay? Take a nice deep breath in and exhale out. I'm going to slowly come back. Wonderful. Face the front here. Please have a gentle, nice grab here. All we're going to do is we're going to start to do some leg lifts to the side. We're going to start at this hip joint to get it moving. We're going to squeeze the butt. We have 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Now, what about some hip circles? What if we bring it in and tap it out? And now, what if I ask you to bring it up and tap it back in? So you bring it up and out and up and in. 4. Place the core. 5. This is balance also. 6. 7. Last one after this. Wonderful. Come a little bit closer to the chair. And now we're gonna just do a little bit what I like to call swing through. I wanna show it to you first from the front, so just watch me. We're gonna kind of swing in front and swing in back, and swing in front and swing in back. Does that make sense? So you're gonna kind of gently go in front of your leg and then to the back of your leg. In front of your leg, back of your leg. If your leg, that is a standing leg, is starting to get tired, what do? Take a break, walk it out for a second, go back in. And this one I'm not so much count it as I'm going to time about 10 more seconds. You can point and flex the foot, warming up the lower back also. Last one. Wonderful. All right, march it out a little bit. Allow this leg. Now listen, watch. I want you to think about this leg. Take the leg that was a standing leg, and I want you to bring it across the body for a nice stretch. Thumbs up on your chair. Don't lose balance, but can you feel that stretch? You should be able to. We'll stretch our hips out on the ground too, and release. All right, now all you need to do is switch to sides. If it's easier for you to just go to the other side, you're at home. You're not teaching it, you know what I'm saying? So you can stay and just switch to sides, up to you. We're just gonna do our leg lift to the side. You're gonna feel this in your bottom because you were just standing on this leg. That was your supporting leg. 3 more, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Turn towards the chair. We're gonna go in front and in back for 30 seconds. And again, if you need a break, you just march it out for a second. Come back in, slight knee bend, and the supporting leg. Do you have to bring your leg off the ground? Of course not. You could just bring it across and bring it back, and bring it across and bring it back. You can stay grounded the entire time. About 5 more seconds. Release. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, let's take this now. The leg that was our supporting leg, right? Bring it up and across the body for a stretch. If you can, hold towards the mid-thigh, not towards your knee, like I was just doing. It's the habits we have, right? It's an easier place to grab at it. All right, while we have this chair out of the way, let's put our foot down. If you're near a couch or a wall, come with me with this stretch. We're gonna do our couch stretch. I'm gonna move you a little bit closer to me because I'm gonna be down on the ground so it won't be so low. And I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna move my mat close to either a wall or a couch, some sort of place where you can put your foot up. I'm gonna have you come down to the ground if you can. Now, if coming to the ground on your knees is not possible, I want you to stand. Let me show you this option first. I want you to stand and you're gonna stretch out your quad, either here, or you can also use your yoga strap to hold your leg on both sides with 2 hands. That's your other option. So we're gonna do more of like a quad stretch. So you can do a standing quad stretch, or I want you to sit down on and come to the ground safely into all 4s, however you gotta get there. And you're gonna bring one leg up if you can eventually. So watch what I'm gonna do first though. I'm gonna take this knee and bring it back. For those of you that have been here before, you'll notice it, but those of you new, thank you for you guys' patience, because I have to show this safely. So bring your knee towards the couch, and this is all in a line. You are going to bring this leg forward if possible. And if this is enough, you stay here, and this is a nice quad stretch. So if you look at my legs, one is here, towards the knee is right next to the couch, toes facing the ceiling. And if you have it in your practice to come up, you can raise up even 1 arm, not even 2. You're gonna feel this huge, massive stretch through here, or you can raise yourself completely up. This is a little bit more advanced. I'm doing it on purpose though to show you where you can get to. Otherwise, you can stay just here and you're gonna feel amazing hip flexor stretch and your quad stretch. Be very gentle though with yourself. There is no reason to put yourself. We'll only be in here for about 30 seconds on each side, and then we'll go to new moves. Safely, you're gonna bring your hands both to the ground, bring this knee down, and you're gonna switch. You're gonna bring the other knee towards the couch, bringing this leg up towards the ceiling, and you can bring this leg out. Again, it's a pretty integrated move, so don't be discouraged by that. You can get there eventually or stand. And again, like I said, this is awesome. If all you have is right here, there is absolutely no reason you have to rise up. If you want to, you can bring your butt towards your knee, heel for more of the quad stretch. So the more you push yourself back, but also that requires a lot of flexibility. So I want you to be very careful. You know the limit you have. Pay attention to it, please. Doing amazing. You should start to sweat in some of these stretches. It should get pretty intense, almost like a deep tissue massage, because you're getting deep into those muscles, okay? It's not gonna be easy. Wonderful. All right, so we slowly bring this knee down safely. We're gonna walk ourselves towards our mat. Bring ourselves towards the ground, and while we're at our hips, let's keep at them. Sit in a seated position. We bring this foot towards our body, and when you can, we're gonna try the lotus. So either you can stay in a cross-legged position, or you're gonna try to lift this knee and foot to meet. We have done this for numerous weeks. It should probably be something we do every day for at least 90 seconds. You will feel a massive hip opening. So again, if all you have right now is right here on the ground, so one is here and one is here, that's awesome. That's perfectly awesome. You can sit in a cobbler's pose, which is the 2 feet together, a seated pose, straight up, or stack. Bring this foot out if possible. The biggest goal we have is to sit up tall, like you have a puppet string pulling you up, shoulders are back and down, core is braced, sit bones are both on the ground, hands to the side. Make sure we're not like this, all right? Or like, while we're here, and we're gonna be here for a little while, right? We talk about that all the time, staying in here for a good 90 seconds. Let's take and do a little bit of jaw movement. So a little bit of self-facial massage. All the way through the jaw, by the ears, get our fingertips in there. Nice deep breaths into the nose. In 5 seconds, I want to take our hands towards the side, lift them all the way up. And what do you think we're going to do? We're going to take a nice dive forward slowly. Oh my gosh, did you even think this could be more of a stretch? It is. You should feel this a little bit maybe through the hips, lower back, brace the core. There is no race again, remember. If all we're at is right here, tipping forward a quarter of an inch, that's awesome. If you don't even want to tip forward, you don't have to. There's no rule. But I'd like you to feel there was an opening through your body. This should not be comfortable, but it should not be sharp, knife-like pain. So make sure you know the difference between the two. 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to slowly walk ourselves up. Grab hold of the shin at the thigh, release this leg safely, bring it to the ground, and we are going to switch sides. If you want in the middle, kind of shake out those knees, give them a little bit of break. Bring this in. The other leg comes towards the bottom. We bring this leg up, And if you can, walk this leg out a little bit, make more of that lotus position. Again, our arms come out to the side. We maintain this for 30 seconds times 3, which is 90. I thought I'd tell a joke there. I know you're all smiling inside at me. Even if I can't see you, I know you're smiling. You just love this so much. When you think about making sure your hips are square to the front, when you think about bracing the core, making yourself as long as possible towards the ceiling, the head is reaching towards the ceiling. If it helps to close your eyes, you can do that. It's an intense stretch. It should make you have to breathe in and out. In 5 seconds, we're going to slowly bring our arms up to the side, all the way up. And where are we going to head? We're going to dive forward. And this should be like, if I heard you, it should maybe be wincing. Like, oh my gosh. But you're all on mute, so I have no idea what you're doing. For recording purposes, it helps with feedback. Otherwise, I'd have you all unmuted. I want to hear you think about like breathing in and out each time, in through the nose. And can you walk your hands 1 inch further? We are here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release yourself back up. Oh, wow. All right, safely grab hold of the shin, place this leg and thigh down on the ground. And we're gonna come into a all 4 position. Take a deep breath. Take those knees as wide as the mat, big toes together. Let yourself fall back into your hips into a downward dog. No, not a downward dog, I'm kidding. Child's supposed to be more like it. That's a Monday morning for you. It's actually Monday afternoon, I just realized. Let's walk our hands to the one side for a nice side body stretch. Make sure your hips are going back and down towards your heels. Allow yourself release. Walk yourself back to the center, all the way over to the other side. Wonderful. Slowly rise back up. Bring those knees safely together. We're going to bring our feet to one side, and we're going to come back into seated position. If you can, grab your strap. We're going to do a seated forward fold. So if possible, wrap that around the bottom, or a towel, jump rope, anything you can grab hold of. One hand is going to go in front of the other. Bend, slight micro bend in the knees. Tuck the chin to chest, and we're going to tip forward. Just hold for 3, 2, slowly rise up. Deep breath in. Let's walk 1 inch further down. Awesome, awesome hamstring stretch going on right now. Slowly roll yourself back up. One last time. And go all the way as far as you can go with that little micro bend in the knee. Kind of concave yourself right into your own little nest, your own little space. and slowly rise up. Wonderful. All right, let's get a sip of water if you need it. Otherwise, we're gonna go to some shoulder mobility. I want you to slowly take your time to get up off the ground. So come up however you've got to get there. We're gonna be back in standing position. I'm gonna move this back a little bit so you can see all of me. You should be able to see all of me. Maybe not. Let me push this up a little bit. Thumbs up if you can see me. Let me know if you can see me. Thumbs up if you can see me. Yeah? Maybe I need to see if I can see a thumbs up. Can you see me? Yeah? Okay, great. Okay. So we're going to start with some shoulder mobility. Right now, we're just going to start a little bit small. I want us to bring our shoulders, we're going to bring our elbows together. I'm going to bring it out wide. So all the way in, bring those elbows together. Then I want you to bring it out wide. In and out. And in and out. And now we're going to get bigger with this circle. Coming through the center. Try to have those elbows touch in the center. All the way through. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And now, what do you think we're going to do? We're going to rotate. In, big, for 8. Separate those feet a little bit. Make sure those elbows are trying to kiss in the middle. Let them touch. 2, 1. And what if we make this a little smaller? If this bothers you at all, please go where you need to go with this move. Shoulders should be getting tired. Wonderful. Now we're gonna do one at a time. We're gonna roll back. And I want you to slowly start to turn the body. But now I slowly want you to start to move the feet at the same time. We're gonna integrate the upper body and lower body. So when this leg lifts, this arm goes back. If you want to stay with your facing the front with your head, that's fine. If it makes you dizzy doing this. Can you lift this leg a little higher? We're doing counterbalancing here on purpose. Now, what if I ask you to start taking this arm a little higher? What if I ask you to take deep breaths into your nose and out through your mouth at the same time? You have 4, 3, 2, and last one, shake it out. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a nice deep inhale in, wide leg forward fold, slowly let yourself roll all the way down. If you're okay to stay here, I want us to let ourselves hang. We're gonna just slowly start to hang side to side for a lower back release. If you can, sway side to side, picking up 1 foot at a time, kind of allowing for figure 8 while we're down here. If that is too much with your head, I want you to know that the option is to stay standing and do a figure 8 side to side while standing. Completely up to you. You also can forward fold and kind of hang and not have to make such big movements. We're here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and I want you to slowly work your way back up. Work your way back up with the same movement pattern. All the way back up to the top. And now, what if I ask you to stay at the top? Rotating the torso, allowing all those shoulder joints, yep, elbow joints. If you want, you can start to bend the elbows and straighten without locking out the joints. If you want, you can bring your toes up and then the heel back down. Now work our way back down. This is not easy. It's a simple move, but you might even start to think, oh, wow, I'm starting to sweat a little. That's okay. Don't be afraid of the move, and don't be afraid to feel a little silly. That's good too. Protect your lower back by bracing your core. I like to lift my feet. I also can just hang if I wanted to. And 3, 2, slowly roll yourself up. Ooh, all the way to the top and release. Everybody shake it out. Give yourself like 5 seconds to breathe. Take a little sip of water. I like to see the time. Okay, great. Let's do a little bit of integration again now. The only difference is I want us to take, we're going to do one side of the body at a time. So we're going to take ourselves up. I want us to take ourselves out, and then we're going to take up. And we're just going to do this rotation one side. So 3, 12, 3, 6. 3, 12, 3, 6, right? So like 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I guess it could be 9, because it depends on if you're an early bird or like a night owl, right? We've got lateral movement here. It does not matter if you stay at my pace. I'm probably lagged to you anyways on the computer. You've got 2 more, 1 and 2. Release, shake it out. Now we're gonna go to this side. Is one of your sides harder like it is for me? This side is taking a little bit more brain activity, which is phenomenal. Let your brain connect to 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I'm not even sure that's right, the clock. Now I have to think backwards with the clock. So if it's opposite, bear with me. Can you point and flex? And can you squeeze your quad and your bottom so you can get a really amazing lengthening while being mobile? I'm kind of mixing my glasses together on purpose, I guess. We have 2 more, 1 and 2. And shake it out. Woo, feels good, right? All right, step forward. If you need to, straighten out that mat, however you got to get to it. I want you to meet me on the floor. We are going to come on to all fours. If you can, though, what I want you to think about doing is I want you to come down to a laying position. Okay, right now we're in like what we would call like a baby cobra. We're just slowly lift our lower back off the ground. What we're going to work towards is some Supermans on purpose. We're going to bring our arms out. Our neck and nose are in a line with our spine, and we're towards the ground. And all we're going to do is bring our feet together, laying on the ground, our hip bones, okay, now are pressing in. We are just going to lift and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly release yourself back down. Our lower back mobility. Let those shoulders and ears not be friends. And release. Another option is to bring yourself here with the elbows bent, 90-degree angle. This nose, though, stays here. You're just trusting and listening to my voice. You do not want to be looking in the camera. Squeeze your bottom and squeeze your thighs. Your feet are together. Hold 3, 2, 1. Release all the way down. Take a nice deep breath in on the inhale. Exhale once. Now we're going to go back up. Hold. If you can, straighten one arm out. If you can, straighten the other arm out. And then I want you to slowly release it back, bending. One arm out, other arm out, and release. Take your hands towards the ground. If you can, lift yourself up into a child's pose, all the way back. And we are going to go into a position laying on the back towards the end of the class. That's where we're gonna head. I'll be more on an angle so you can see my legs. We're gonna lay ourselves back, feet apart, knees towards the ceiling, and we're gonna windshield wiper our legs side to side. Only have a few minutes left together, so let's make it count, right? Side to side. And now, if you want a little bit more of a stretch, I'm gonna show you something. When you're in this stretch, if you come to one side and you take the leg that's on the ground and lift it, you can bring that towards you for a little bit more of a hip flexor stretch. But again, that is a lot. So if you wanna leave both on the ground, that's fine. But the one that's closest to the ground, you could lift up, place on the mid thigh, and bring them opening towards the ground. But you would stay there and just hold. We're gonna try the other side in the windshield, or you can just stay in the windshield wipers, side to side. Otherwise, you could take the other side down. This leg would come off the ground and just meet you right in the mid thigh, and you can do a hold for about 3 to 5 seconds. And now we're gonna release. If you can, I want you to bring your knees in towards your chest, lift, tucking the chin to chest, lift yourself up, and release. Plant those feet on the ground, walk your shoulder blades under, and we're going to slowly go up into a bridge position, squeezing our bottom, keeping our knees apart like you have an imaginary block between your knees, and lift those hip points towards the ceiling, and hold. You hold for a good 15 seconds up here, squeezing your bottom. Everything is towards the ceiling, hips square to the ceiling. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time, let yourself drop down. Release, nice deep breath. Inhale and go right back up. And just slowly release back down. Take this leg out, bring this leg towards your chest. We're gonna cross over. When you're ready, grab a hold of this leg and we're gonna release. Grab mid thigh. This arm is out to the side of the T if you want, or you can even come towards the Y position to allow for a bigger stretch. Support wherever you feel the need to. You can bring it towards your knee, towards your chest, and kind of sway a little bit back and forth for a little bit deeper stretch. We're gonna roll back towards the center. This leg goes out, this one comes in, and we switch alternate sides. Again, you can kind of walk that foot down and up, a little bit of the sway, or a little bit more of like a, threading it. Feeling each intricate little muscle through that glute. For 3, 2, 1, center and bring the knees in together again. Grab underneath and we're gonna slowly rise ourselves up if you can to a seated position. Take a nice deep breath. I want you to come into the center. We'll finish together. In the center. Nice deep breath in and release. Another deep breath in. I'm gonna scoot back so you can see me all the way. And release. And one more time, inhale in and release. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. I'm gonna come closer so you guys can feedback or questions, let me know. I will be back actually subbing tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for power yoga. We're gonna do yoga. It'll lead a little bit more towards It'll be mixture power and restorative both. It'll be a little bit way more of a yoga flow. So I'll be there at 9 for Erin, and then tomorrow, then Wednesday I'll be back at noon for lengthen to strengthen, which we do a little bit more foam rolling, geared towards a little bit more of lengthening moves. So welcome back for those of you that are back to class, and those of you new. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Too.
Who's everybody that's there?